the Kardashians are officially in their flop era.
What happens when the world's most famous family starts to lose its magic?
Now, according to my calculations, it seems like Kim Kardashian is in her flop era.
The Kardashians have been in the news a lot lately, but not for anything positive.
Is the Kardashian-Jenner era finally coming to an end?
I am so flipping tired of going on the internet every single week and seeing a tabloid story that reads, "The Kardashians are over. The Jenners really blew it this time. Their career is finished." Every single time I go on YouTube, there is always a video over those women about how they ruined their career or how they're in their flop era and how, oh, they're really not going to come back after this. Heck, even I've made videos over the Kardashians and Jenners, entitled it "Kylie Jenner's Done" or "Kourtney Kardashian's Over." But the truth of the matter is, if we're all keeping it real, the Kardashians and Jenners will never be canceled. It's like every week they get canceled, but they always come back. These people have been through scandal after scandal, and yet they're still here and thriving to this day. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but these people are not going anywhere. Let's get into it. It's no secret that the Kardashians have been a huge part of social media culture for decades now. These people have undoubtedly helped shape the modern day beauty standards and are pretty well known for their beauty being their biggest assets about themselves. I know Kim Kardashian is essentially the biggest celebrity that started the slim thick or the BBL trend, where the ultimate standard at one point was to have a big butt, a really tiny and slim waist, and then, big perky boobs. Not only that though, but she made it really clear that cellulite was not allowed, hip dips, no skin texture, no wrinkles, just the qualities that make us women. I remember there was literally an episode on their show when Kourtney was pregnant. Kim was like freaking out because Kourtney had stretch marks on her belly or something like that.
Wait, I swear, I think I saw something on your stomach. Something red. Yeah, I have a red dot. That? No, right, Kourtney, stand up. Stand up, Kourtney. What? Kourtney? Oh my God, Kourtney, I'm gonna cry for you. This is like my biggest fear of life. You have a stretch mark.
And she was making it like this huge deal. And it was really sad because when you become pregnant, your abdomen is literally going to expand. I mean, you're going to have stretch marks. Like, that's natural. And of course, I know a lot of people already know the story of Kylie Jenner and her lips. When she had her first kiss, the guy told her that he didn't think she would be a good kisser because her lips were so small. And ever since then, she was insecure about her lips, and then she got filler. And she lied about it and said that she just uses lip liners to make her lips big. And because of the lie, the Kylie Jenner lip challenge started, where people were taking little objects and putting it around their mouth to create suction so their lips would be big. And kids were breaking blood vessels and being sent to the hospital. And after all that, then she finally came out and said, yeah, I've got my lips done. And Kendall Jenner was always seen as like the natural girl, like her and Kourtney. Until recently, I think we've all noticed that she's, gotten filler in various places in her face and has yet to come forward and admit what she's done. Kris Jenner has had facelifts and filler, the works. Basically, all of them have gotten something done. And over the years, the Kardashians and the Jenners have been in just multiple scandals. Years and years since they've been in the spotlight. And a lot of time in the beginning, they were actually caught red-handed for the business practices they were doing. But time after time, we've all just pretty much seen them weasel their way out of it and come out on top again. There's not one scandal that they've been through where they haven't, come back unscathed. Okay, now listen, if I sat here and talked about all the scandals they've ever done and all the bad things they've done, we would be here for hours. So I'm not going to be doing that. But the thing about the Kardashians is the majority of people love them. The majority of people are on their side and don't see anything wrong about what they've ever done and will stick with them till the end of time. When Kylie Jenner released her first swim brand, she got so much hate because she basically catfished the clothing. The swimwear looked good on her body, but because most people don't have BBLs, they didn't look like that on everyone else's body, of course. And also the material was like very poorly stitched, and Kylie Swim got shut down. But then a couple years later, her new brand Kai came out with a swim line, and I'm pretty sure it got sold out the moment it went live. Everyone's obsessed with Lemmy, Kourtney Kardashian's supplement brand. Good American is a fan favorite, and Skims is more successful than ever these days. Every time I go on the internet, all I see is these amazing reviews of Skims and people talking about how they're so obsessed with the shapewear and the bras and the works. And it's interesting because I see so many people talking about how the Kardashians TV show is boring and no one cares about it anymore. more. And of course, if you guys didn't know, the Kardashians used to have a show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and then that ended a couple years ago, and now they have a new show with Hulu called just the Kardashians. And what's different now is that now they're producers on the show, so they have all say on what gets, put out on the show. So since they have control over everything, they're able to, just pick what is and what's not shown. So of course they filter out everything bad or anything that makes them look bad. And a lot of their show now is like very manipulated, and there's really never like any serious drama that happens that makes the sisters like look bad. I mean, stuff has happened, but it's just little cat fights or whatever. It's just nothing that's going to get them canceled, of course, because they're not going to ever let that happen. And it's so different now because, back then they weren't producers on the show. And so the E network or whoever, they were just filming and putting out everything. And this is aiding to the reason why people are saying that it's just so boring,
Fans are bored with the latest season of The Kardashians.
The Kardashians are making headlines lately, and it's not for anything good.
The Kardashians get slammed by fans for being so boring.
And also, I feel like most people that are in their late teens and 20s want to see more of like Kendall and Kylie on the show, because the people who grew up with Kim being in the spotlight, a lot of them are now like her age, in their 40s or, late 30s. Not saying all of them, but a good majority. And most of those people in her age demographic don't necessarily watch a lot of reality TV compared to, I'd say, younger people. So it's really geared towards, the younger crowd, in my opinion. This is just all my opinion. But, Kendall and Kylie are just almost never on the show. It's literally just Kourtney and Kim and Khloe, and then, sometimes Kris Jenner. So everyone's really mad about, what's happening. But the thing about this is that everyone's been saying that the Kardashians' new show has been boring for years now. And yet they're on their, 7th season now? Like, it's still coming out. And obviously that means that they're doing well enough numbers to where they're still able to create more seasons. I saw someone said in a video that the Kardashians are like barely getting any likes on Instagram, and no one really cares about what they have to say. Yet I went on their Instagram, and literally all the women and the sisters and moms have millions and millions of likes and views and comments on all their videos. The reality of the situation is the people that don't like the Kardashians are in the minority. And also, even if you don't like the Kardashians, a lot of people still watch their stuff. Most people are obsessed with them. Most people are obsessed with Kendall and Kylie Jenner and will follow them to the ends of the earth. They might go through some scandals, but they always end up on top. When they were first becoming, A-list celebrities, those women did so many cash grabs to get their fans money over and over again. And every single time, everyone just forgave them and just continued on. They've had credit cards and stores and had little games, even tennis shoes back in the day, and just threw things to the wall to see what stuck. Now they have tequila brands and vodka seltzers, which don't even get me started on that. And something that really makes me extremely mad is a lot of their businesses that they have, they're barely doing much for the company. A lot of their brands are not even the CEO of their own, companies or whatever they're running. Like Kylie's not even the CEO of her Kylie Cosmetics. And the whole vodka seltzer thing, it was so crazy because that wasn't even Kylie Jenner's idea to do that. Her sister Kendall, I think sat her down and said, oh, this would be really cool to make another alcohol brand or whatever. So Kylie just agreed. And all she does is do taste tests of the flavors that are already made and says yes and no to them. And that's basically it. And then goes to the pop-up shops or whatever.
This is our first time tasting, so all feedback is good feedback. This one is pink lemonade.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like it.
This next one is a blackberry lemonade.
I think I'm tasting too much vodka or something.
Okay.
Sprinter is Kylie's brand. Kylie's the face.
It was actually the 818 team and Kendall who pulled me in a room together and said, we have this idea. We know you love your vodka seltzer, and we want to do this, and it makes sense with you.
Kept it in the family.
And made a lot of sense for me.
These women are not in the labs creating the formulas. They're not doing any of that. They don't have degrees or any sort of licenses to be doing those things. They're just the face of the company. They're the face of the brand. They're not going in the labs, 9 to 5 and doing the hard work and dedication. They don't know how to make their own websites. The only marketing that they do is on their Instagram pages. A lot of these fans think that, Kourtney Kardashian has been in the lab and is, mixing different chemicals and stuff like that together to make her own supplements and is seeing what works and what doesn't work, when that's not the case. If anything, she probably had an idea and then said, hey, I want to have some sleeping supplements, and then maybe was a part of like the creative process and finding like the labeling and the colors and stuff like that. But these people are not getting in the nitty-gritty of things, or just in the overall face of the company and saying yes and no to like flavors and products and stuff like that. It annoys me so much that no one believes that. And also like how, you know, everyone said that Kylie Jenner was a self-made billionaire when she already was in a family of millionaires, and she already had resources to start her own Kylie lip kits and stuff like that. And it just baffles me. I feel like that I'm the only one who's seeing this happen and go down. But this just goes to show that people will support these women till the day that they die. And it's weird because Kourtney Kardashian is already like in her like mid to late 40s. I'm just very curious to see how this is all going to play out when they get a lot older, like in 10 years. You know, they've all gotten so much Botox and all these cosmetic procedures, and a lot of times when we see older people that have like Botox and stuff, it kind of backfires on them. But I think the real question is, do you guys think that there will be a day where the Kardashians and the Jenners are canceled? Will there be a day where they totally cross the line and then that's it? I don't think so, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, get this video a big thumbs up. Leave your comments and opinions down below, of course, and I upload every single Sunday. Check out my other videos on my channel, and I will see you guys next week for my next video. Bye guys.